Hey everybody, it's almost Christmas and today I have a really special video for you guys. This game was played on the Rig Slayer. Our team won 50 to 39 going up against On Top. My team name is Authority and this was the Season 2 Championship for $5,000. I've gone through all of our perspectives and I've taken all the good things and the bad things and written them all down on the list. I'm going to go through them chronologically in the game time. That way we can see everything that went wrong, everything that went right, and we can apply it to our own gameplays to get better at Halo and improve our skills. Please sit through the whole video, you don't want to miss any of it, and I hope it's going to help you become that next level of Halo player you're striving to be. Check it out, guys. Push to Nest when you can.
Alright.
Okay, short hold, top mid.
Short all 3 shots, short all 3
Bang.
And there's one basement door as well, one's going for camo now.
Got camo, 52.
Okay.
Oh, there's a guy, Nest bridge, one shot, Nest bridge, one shot, 2 dead, that's sniper guy. We got both weapons.
Top rail.
One shot Nest, one Jake, one shot Nest, one Jake.
Yeah, hold up, there's a guy on my
Nice.
bus.
Look at him.
Nice. I'm sitting
We still got camo, guys.
We have scatter and shit as well. They've spawned carbine.
Short hole, I'm living.
Yeah, let him peek, let him.
So at this exact time, 11:32, all 4 enemies have just spawned on Carbine. And the reason for that was that our team made sure that they didn't spawn bunker. But we did it in a pretty efficient way, where we're actually already ready to push the enemy spawn and no one is sitting too far back. The only player that's sitting far back is Snaky with the sniper. He blocked it from here essentially, and he's watching short haul, but he's getting ready to go open field side to watch over Luke. Now Luke has the camo. As the camo player, you have that advantage that obviously they can't see you and you can start heading up the assault. What's really important here is that Luke communicates to Snaky on the bridge, which I don't think he does, that he has camo and he's planning to push into the enemy spawn point. That way Snaky can come out onto the nest bridge to watch over him. We instantly have a dual angle teamwork. Pips can kind of disregard me a little bit, unless I need help. He can push through short haul with his shotgun, maximizing his shotgun advantage and linking up with the 2 teammates pushing into the new spawn. And I can just play my life, waiting for the assault to take place from the other side of the map so that we can create a wall around the enemy and collapse. We do a really good job here, except we kind of get 3 dead, and then we forget about the last guy. Pips actually mentions that there's a guy around me, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't see him, and so I just decided not to waste any more time and push back to the center of the map. What's really important here though, when you're playing on a team, all 4 of you need to have that kind of understanding that we spawned them all there. There is going to be somebody hiding. I think taking that extra few seconds to check those angles and bring that guy out of his cover goes bounds to save you time on the next play. Because you'll see that when we turn around early, we lose control of the map and it starts to become scrappy, and they have more of a chance to break our setup. So let's see what happens here.
Peek, let him peek.
Okay, I need help, elbow. Slavey, dead.
I'm on him.
Nice, 2 dead. We're pushing
I'm looking
carbine.
for spawners. No, leave bunker open, leave bunker open, I wish.
Yep. There's one like on you
man.
somewhere, Junior.
Are we talking, man? Uh-oh. Sneaky beaver. Good play.
Other one, let's scatter there. Nice. One shot top mid.
I can help you, I'm looking top mid, guys.
It's barcode. And they're probably top rail and
One
shit.
shot on E2.
Short hold, one shot with scatter. Behind me. Hey, elbow, berserk, one shot.
Ah, that's good living, Junior.
Still one shot, man.
Got him, man, I got him.
Nice.
I got a good death cam. Wait, there's probably gonna be a guy short haul maybe. Short haul now. 2 guys short haul to top mid. 2 guys short haul to top mid. So Barcode, who ended up flanking us from back rail, took out our scatter shot player Pips, and then got another kill on our player E2. So he just got 2 kills off of that sneaky play, which brings his team right back into the battle. Pips off of his new spawn pushes out to kill the sniper player E2, which is great, and then he looks across to see his teammates Junior and Lucas both dead. At this point, he could sit E2 and watch short haul and potentially stop the enemy from getting to top mid, which is not a bad play, but he tries to make a different play, which is also good. What he does is he starts to sneakily push up through white hall, and before anyone can see him, he sits at white corner. Now, the reason he was able to time this grenade so well is that when I died on elbow, you would have noticed that I was watching my death cam. Now, many players don't do this, and this is really important, and I knew that I was in a really critical spot. The enemy team had good numbers and they were going to try and push into the center of the map, and my teammates are going to be spawning bunker. So if I can let them know at what entry points the enemy's coming in, we can create plays like this. So as you'll see, Pips chucks a grenade, gets one guy dead, and he gets the other guy one shot, and he's calling these guys out. Heads up play from Pips.
I killed one, the other one's one shot on middle, on the podium.
He's
Detail.
absolute drop
Check the
base.
door.
I'm naming base. It was at this very point when I got shot from behind me on the left-hand side that I knew I'd made a blunder. In this situation, I spawned bunker, and it was a 3-on-3. My teammates were shooting a player at basement door and made him back up. There was no reason for me to chase this kill. That player's out of the battle, and I'm probably not going to get the cleanup on him. Instead, I had two players coming in from the left-hand side of the map that I could have stopped from pushing into engine, while my other two teammates got angles on them from rail side of the map and potentially top mid. So when you're in a 3-on-3 or an equal number situation, you have to be very careful not to get pulled out of position to chase somebody. You need to kind of imagine where your three players are and their three players are, and not kind of neglect or forget about any other player on the map just to focus one guy. Play off of information and don't always chase one-shots. It's really important to get that one-shot guy dead if you can, but otherwise, take him out of the battle and create that 3-on-2 play. That's a better play. Oh, behind me, E2, behind me,
That one's
E2!
E2.
Hey, yeah, too.
So I get weak, I drop the underpass to try to live, and then Madsy gets a nice cleanup on me. This makes our team down numbers. The enemy has 3 teammates alive, we have 2, so let's see what our 2 teammates do here, because they make a really nice play. We've got Lucas and Snakey working together on rail side, and they both choose to back up from this area, given that I'm dead and they have no support. Snakey backs up to rail 2, and Luke backs up to top mid. Now I really think Luke should just either sat here at top mid or drop down to cuts and look from this angle, because it's still down numbers, so he really wants to stick with Snakey. And then Pips makes a good play and comes off of spawn from elbow and runs to short haul to get that angle on E2. At this point, when the enemy team tries to continue to rotate around the map, if we can get early shots on these two players and slow them down, that is the best play. By Luke going top mid, he doubles up on the angle with Pips, making it rather inefficient, and he's not watching the angles that his teammate Snakey at rail side can get pushed from. So, on an angle point of view and a positional point of view in this, this initially 2-on-3 battle, but now a 3-on-3 battle when Pips comes into it, we're lacking angles, and therefore we're not going to get good advantages on the enemy. As you can see, Snakey's doing a really good job at staying alive top rail. The enemy team just saw over at him, there's not enough pressure on him, and he gets cleaned up. This leaves Pips out top mid, and Luke with him. And now they're down numbers again, so that they have to back up. So now we're going to jump back over to me, and see what goes on next. That's for his Mazzy!
That was one shot Mads now. I'm living.
I got a double!
Never killed Angus. Cuts.
Yes,
Angus
nice.
was cuts, we never killed him.
I'm looking cuts, I'm looking cuts, I'm looking cuts!
Going cuts again.
One shot cuts! Wait, we gotta fight, set up a new camo, set up a new camo!
One's A2 on me.
Yeah, he's 2 shot, absolute white corner! He's just on nest bridge!
Yeah,
He's gonna be bat ledge! Wait, E1 now, Slavey!
I hear.
3E1 and 1E2, they're fine. So as I'm pushing down White Cat, I come to White Corner to watch over my teammates, and then notice that Madsy's weak. I clean Madsy and then get the nice double kill on Berserk. At this point, I drop E1 to try and respond to a call out at the cuts position right here. Now, Slazy is still weak, and this, to our knowledge, is the most relevant player on the map at the moment because he's really weak, Pips is near him, and the 4th guy's most likely spawned bunker. Why I back up to E1 here, I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm trying to set up for the camo from my callouts. But given that Pips is already taking the angle from short haul onto Slazy from here, and Slazy's just ran rail 1, the cleanup angle is definitely right here. So if I can get to this position and clean up Slazy, that keeps the play going and that gives us more control. The other thing is Snakey was just up on E3 because he got shot from the player E2. He can disregard that player, help us clean that player, and then all 3 of us can turn and fight that final player together rather than us doing different things at different times. Something else I want to highlight here is a really good play made from Lucas. We just went 2 dead, and Luke was top mid watching over that play. Just as we died, rather than backing up and playing passive, giving the enemy team full map control, Lucas knew that the enemy team would just E1. He knows that the quickest way to E2 is jumping up that back jump, and so watch this. Amazing grenades. Gets the hit markers, knows that he killed Madsy, and he's pretty confident he got the other guy one shot, and he's coming to kill the same angle from E1. And gets rewarded with a double kill. These plays are massive. If you can catch enemies off guard when you're down numbers, predict where they're going to go and get a good grenade on them and get those kills, like, that takes so much pressure off of the remaining players on your team. Good work, Luke. Also, in the same play, Pips also sees the 2 players dead at E1, but he knows that he's in a more exposed part of the map than Luke, and there's no easy way to get these guys weak. So he decides to drop down into sewers. He knows Camo's coming up, and he's setting up for that next power weapon spawn. This is really good work from our team. Jumps up E1, helps Luke get an extra kill, and now Camo drops. Fantastic plays all around. At this exact point when I'm jumping down into sewers to help Pip secure Camo, Snakey's making a really nice play. He comes off of the carbine spawn and sees that Pips, Luke, and Junior are all stacked on the right-hand side of the map. He knows Camo's coming up, and so instead of condensing his team on the right-hand side of the map, he comes back up through carbine, goes through short hall, getting a really great angle on all the other players on the map, and stopping them from being able to come top mid. This is an excellent play from Snakey, and it helps secure the Camo. Going down, Pips.
Underpass,
Nice, Luke.
one shot on you.
He got me.
Top mid, guys, Slazy! He's gonna fight for it!
That's one in barrels as well.
I got Camo, I'm living.
Mid, 2 top, they're both on cuts, one's 1.
Live.
Yeah,
I've got Camo, guys.
One's barrels too.
I'm 1 shot, I'm living here. Get that.
Live, Luke.
Up the cards, lazy.
I've got Camo here, Jake. Where is he? As soon as I escaped into basement with Camo, I wanted to get up high quickly. I could have spring jumped off the box to white corner, but in doing that, I would have revealed myself when I thrusted. I didn't want to go around to my teammates on Nest side of the map because we were already there, and I would have left Snakey out to dry if he got pushed on short hall side of the map. So I went up through carbine and I told my teammates to wait. There's no pressure to do anything. Pips ended up being down low, I think in sewers. I would have preferred at that point if Pips jumped up from this position up onto the nest bridge and worked with Luke, who was doing an awesome job holding the back of nest, playing patiently. If they could work together there, and Snakey, who was doing a really good job at living around this side of the map, like, this is perfect. The only problem is because Pip stays down low, it's one less player in the picture and more pressure on the Camo player. When you've got a guy with a power weapon on the map like Camo, or a power up like Camo, you want to take pressure off of him. You don't want to put all the pressure on him to get the first pick. You want to kind of put yourself on the map and not play scared to take pressure off him by drawing attention to yourself. So if Pips and Luke could have been making noise around Nest side, imagine how much more freedom that would have given me when I chose to push this way in through short hall. Just say that guy was weak E2, I could have cleaned him up, creating a nice pinch. I've got Madzy top mid next to me, but he's full shields. So now I see 2 guys right here. I end up getting 1 hit with the hit marker here, and I see Pips making some noise down in sewers, so I decided that it's safe to push out. Pips gets that first pick, so my immediate thing is to go help Pips. I know there's a guy rail 2 to my left, but once Pips is secured, then we can kill these other guys. We end up getting 3 dead here, so this is amazing use of the Camo as a team. We all delayed our battles, we got those first picks, and now we're collapsing on that last player. Boom. 4 dead. Good work, team. Push over.
Yeah, I'm 1 shot, I'm just living for a second.
There's a guy back row. I can get a kill, I can get a kill.
I'm watching open field.
I can get a kill, I
I got one.
1 shot with carbine, 1 shot carbine.
Guys.
On carbine stairs, Jake as well. There's 2 guys down there. Another one going open field from carbine. Look, open field from carbine.
He's weak.
Help, Luke, guys. I've just gone back a little bit, just so we can see why this collapse was so difficult. I have Camo, and so the same principles apply. I know they're spawning carbine, but this time we had a fresh 4 dead, and I wanted to begin to split spawn these guys and put some pressure on them. As I have Camo, I'm coming through short hall. There's no reason to rush this, okay? I'm going to have a teammate coming in from the nest hand side of the map, right here, watching over through the carbine spawn, and I'm going to have another teammate coming through from elbow side of the map to help from here. Now initially, if you can use this angle to communicate if there's anyone in long haul, that's a really great move. And then after you've done that, you can either decide to help that guy from this angle as he pushes through and help him there. Or in this case, Luke decided to push around and use his shotgun, close the distance, which is really good, and get a shotgun kill. Now, what happened at the end here was, besides the fact that I pushed in too quickly and got into a beatdown battle with another guy after getting the first pick, Ali just spawned here. Now the reason for this is that Pips actually backed up into the we'll watch this because this is important. Pips backed up into the bunker spawn from rail 2 and waited a good 6 or 7 seconds. Now whenever you're sitting still this long, you really know that this probably isn't the best play. As a team, if Pips had left that guy and just went up to rail 2, he probably could have gotten ready to spawn kill Ali here and catch him off guard. So this takes Ali away from the previous collapse, and now he creates a fair one-on-one, but he's got height advantage. So he can delay the enemy spawn from getting to the mid-map again. So yeah, something to keep in mind that you can actually mess around with the spawn system a little bit, and on the rig, it's a really easy map to get a split spawn going on where you can create numbers advantages collapsing on carbine, and then bunker really easily. Hello guys.
There's one shot on you.
White corner. I just want to quickly review how Pips and Luke die in this situation. So Junior and Jake just got 2 dead, and we still know that there's a player 1-shot at carbine. I think Luke is waiting around for the sniper just a little bit too long here, and he probably should have jumped over and helped us kill these 1-shot guys. When Pips comes up to help Luke, you'll find that by the time he gets to here in E2, no one is covering that short haul angle for him, and therefore the only safe place he can stand is right here. That way he can support Luke to get the sniper out of nest side and back to the inside of the map, while not getting killed by any player pushing through short haul. Instead, Pips chooses to push into into white hall and gets flanked from the short haul. He ends up then jumping out to his escape, but then getting cleaned up easily from the guy on basement side. White corner.
Nice helping me.
White corner 1-shot. White corner 1-shot.
They're gonna be
Nest.
Yeah, you got me. My bad. I was trying to kill that guy. Nice, Jake. Live, Jake. There's 2 guys watching you. Get to Jake, guys. Carbine, Jake. Carbine.
Absolute on me. Absolute on me.
He's 1-shot nest. Nice kill, guys. Keep reconnecting. I love this play from Pips to keep reconnecting to that sniper player who just died at nest 1. Keeps the battle going, and then he lives really well at nest 1 side until his teammates reconnect again. Top mid. Slazy 3-shot top mid and basement door soon.
Fill pit.
Nice.
I'm getting a tower here, Junior.
Yeah, nice dude.
Two basement door.
Looking basement door.
Open field.
At this point, I definitely should have stayed up high on the map. By dropping down into sewers, I open up this top flank from the player on the bus to white corner. He then comes in through the map, where I could have been watching this if I pushed high. And then he flanks our teammate at nest side, gets a pick, right there, and then drops on our other teammate and gets another pick. Really bad play from me dropping my height control.
Open field. 1-shot open field. Berserk.
I'm in sewers. I'm in sewers. I'm watching. I'm in sewers, guys.
He's on
One
bus.
shot on now, barcode.
1-shot carbine.
Nest killed me.
Any help? I'm looking nest, man.
Nest killed me.
He's 2-shot low nest, yeah. During this whole play, Snaky is anchoring elbow side of the map, and his job is just to live and contain them and collapse him when it's safe. When he eventually gets shot from barcode, he backs up to rail 1, and I really like how quickly Snaky went back up to the top of the map so that he could cover the middle of the map again for his team. When his team dies, of course, his job is to just live here as long as he can and wait for the next play.
Slow down here, we have numbers.
Yeah, just literally hold down the map, hold down the map.
Tempo.
Yeah, I'm holding tower.
And think about where they can look at you from.
Shuttle.
We gotta hold for inside for camo, hold inside for camo. I gotta go spawn barrels, there's a guy underpass, he's gonna come low BR base!
He killed me.
Easy one.
As I spawn on elbow, Snaky should know to turn around from rail 2 and watch over Pips and Luke. Pips gets caught off with a really unlucky grenade and dies, but I think Luke's death here is really quite avoidable, and then him and me can work together to delay these opponents. Luke leapt before he assessed the situation. If he just looked around the corner, he could have stayed up high and drawn those 2 players into him while I watched over him.
He's weak.
There's 2 1 weak.
I love this play from both Snaky and Junior to leave these guys in the inside of the map and back right up out of the elbow side of the map, drawing the enemy into a much harder position to push. From here, Snaky can live in short haul while Pips watches over him, and I can watch from Silo's side of the map. This forces the enemy team to hold this angle while they take up other areas of the map to get map control. This also allows our teammates spawning in on the carbine side of the map to know that their teammates are living long enough for them to get into other positions like nest side.
Absolute A2 as well.
Wait, live Jake, I'm watching it from elbow.
I'm 1-shot, I'm backing.
Yeah, back up. Scouters up, if anyone can help me fight for it.
We'll get... No, 2 pipes, guys.
Live.
I shot 2 of them.
They're both, one's weak. At the exact point me and Snaky backed up, Luke had spawned carbine and ran around to nest side, and he's right here. Unfortunately, Luke didn't watch the middle of the map and allowed Ali to get in from a basement door flank behind the enemy team. Given that us three were working together on that side of the map, I would have really liked if Luke watched through top mid, he can see our flanks on basement door and sewers, and he can work his way through the middle of the map and fight for the new camo coming up.
No, guys.
I've got scatter, we gotta rotate in.
Camera's up, guys.
Go on, one shot from mid as well. One shot from mid. He's killed.
He went cuts, he
And
went
one
cuts.
flanked carbine.
And tail one, tail one.
I got camo.
One shot elbow, yeah, one shot elbow, two guys elbow. There was really no reason to rush this play. If I just lived a little bit longer with the shotgun, and even just checked before I leapt, I would have seen that there was two guys, and I could have backed up to this area where I would have seen a third guy, and I could have lived for longer. If I had an opportunity, cutting through the center of the map towards short haul playing for the camo would have been a great alternative to running out and dying like I did.
Camo.
I think there's a scatter shot guy there, Jake, careful. One shot top in on Jake, guys, one shot top in on Jake! Exceptional play by Jake to try and maintain his high control, stabilizing twice in this area, and then getting a melee on a player. He then drops sewers, forcing the enemy team to drop down and kill him in sewers. This wastes their time, gets them out of position, and helps his teammates off of spawn. Great work, Jake.
And weak was scattered flying basement.
Yeah, Scatter just dropped on me, man.
One's bat ledge.
Yeah,
Stop
and
rail.
rail street.
And cuts. We gotta do something with this camo.
I got him.
Nice.
Wait,
Nice.
carbine! Oh no, that's no one carbine, no one carbine.
Carbine.
Bunker
I'm
on
gonna get a kill wide or... He's got Scatter, Scatter.
Yeah, he killed me, he's weak, Nice, he's one shot Jake.
Absolute
One shot E1, one shot E1 Luke, one shot E1 Luke.
He's coming at you with a Scatter.
Keep it up guys, keep it up.
Yeah, just
Wait,
wait,
Pips, I'm
wait,
watching,
wait.
have you?
I'm gonna hide
Let's go
bat
around
ledge here.
There's one gonna be top rail, Junior.
Nading top rail,
Yeah,
man.
two waddle, I think.
Self
Absolute short all guys.
Cuts as well. Two shot top rail, Mads. I can see that I was about to get pushed on elbow by two guys, and I knew Pips was in short haul shooting the guys on the rail side of the map. I didn't want to be inactive by sitting and waiting back rail, so I jumped across the short haul, predicting that Pips was going to get pushed, and I ended up getting a really nice back whack.
Short again. Dead. I'm one shot. I'm
Watch
watching.
out, cards, Madsy.
He jumped up.
Four dead.
Three dead. Four dead.
They're really chill.
Hold inside.
I'm watching block. We just got a fresh 4 dead, and the enemy team was spawning out of carbine, and we had players all lined up in the center of the map. I ended up running a great distance to try and block that bunker spawn, but I could have just made one of the enemy team spawn there and had an insta pinch from the player at E2. We could have killed that guy and then turned around using that numbers advantage to try and get central map control against the carbine spawners.
I'm already looking. One's already flying open field, guys. Absolute on it.
After we block that bunker spawn, we know that the whole enemy team's spawning out at carbine. This allows us to pin the enemy team at carbine while the sniper's coming up, and we can make a formulated push to attack the enemy together. We've already got a player, Luke, who's playing really well watching that initial long haul push, and we've got Pips, who just spawns low bunker, and he's instantly sprinting over to Luke to assist him. They end up getting this first pick on Slazy, which is really good, and then they turn to look at the second player in long haul, who they end up dueling together as well. In the meantime, Snakey and I just killed a player top mid, and now we're moving over towards the sniper side of the map. Marco does not make a play E1 to E2 and catches Snakey off guard. At this point, when we got the 3 kills, Snakey just needs to leave this player and back up towards the snipe side and let them spawn inside. Now we have the snipe control. At this point, he's dropped unnecessarily. I think it would have been great if he could have stayed up high. He's absolute guys, they must spawn inside here. Love this aggression from Pips in this play. Got the enemy 3 dead and we knew that they were spawning inside, so now we've got them on a split spawn. There's 4 of us pushing in, we get another 2 kills, and then we go again. We don't really need to stress about blocking the spawn too much here. We know the sniper's coming up. You'll see here that Pips ends up going top mid, but what really could have happened is Luke, who was rail 2, had an opportunity earlier on in the play to push over to top mid from top rail get this angle on the snipe spawn, creating a 3-on-2 against the guy on Batledge and Whitehall, and then Pips could have ended up replacing Luke at rail 2, getting ready to anchor down this side of the map and flank around. This would have been much more efficient. Wait, we gotta wrap around the map for sniper!
Yeah, I'm pushing
One's
around
waddle, I
barrels in a
think.
second.
Batledge, guys.
Let's
Two
go,
bat
let's
ledge.
go.
I love this play from Snakey when he drops down to go for the sniper. He sees 1 player and then 2, and rather than backing up, he pushes straight into Berserk and forces the trade, rather than risking getting melted and not getting anything. Really good stuff.
Let's
Two
go,
bat
let's
ledge.
go.
I got one, another one on the pass.
Tommy, coming drum! Short hole!
He's one bullet,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
bullet cut.
Okay.
He's going connector. It's Angus.
There's gonna be a guy inside spawn probably. There's a guy barrels,
it's gonna be
pipes, and top mid Slazy.
I spawned inside, top rail right now.
Wait, live Jake! Unlucky, unlucky. I died, we're 2 dead. Oh, Camera's gonna be coming out soon as well. Just leave, guys, leave. Delay your death, delay your death. Delay your death, don't go for kills. At this point when I'm telling my team to delay their death and not go for kills, I love that Pips ignored me. You don't always have to listen to everything your teammates have to say. Pips was listening to Snakey and he called a guy weak underpass. Pips does a beautiful play, looks down and actually cleans that player. By doing this, this puts so much more pressure on the enemy team to complete their collapse, or back off, and just leave it. Delay your death! Delay your death, don't go for kills!
Top tower, absolute, berserk.
There's one carbine.
Did you say there's one carbine?
One shot top tower still.
I'm looking top tower, man.
And scatter bunker, weak. What happened to camera?
Sure, Whitehall.
E2 with sniper, E2 with sniper, careful, and one guy was low. Wait, oh, nice kill. Live, guys, live, guys. Keep using numbers. Nice, keep using numbers, guys. We just burnt it. Alright. Keep using numbers, stick together. They're gonna flank carbines out, careful. Probably.
I stopped scatter. Scatter's down there.
Nice,
One shot top mid, one shot top mid.
I have a scatter, guys, I have a scatter.
Absolutely elbow. Nice.
Nice, good shit. Good game, boys.
If you guys got to the end of this video, props to you. Sorry it was a little bit long, and I will endeavour to keep these videos shorter as I get more used to the editing. If you want to see more content like this, chuck a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment down in the comment sections. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and I will endeavour to bring it into my next video. I love doing this stuff for you guys, and I really want to up the skill of the Australian community so that we can help better each other and become more competitive in an international scene. Thanks so much, guys. Till next time.